We went to the banks and we said at that time we were running a business for $10 million revenue a year. And we said, listen, we want to build a corporation, a global corporation that runs a $1 billion revenue worldwide. They didn't trust us. They thought that it was impossible.
It's been a challenge since the beginning.
The two guests today, we've got Leandro, the CEO, Alvaro, the CFO of a company called IQSTEL.
We are going to our customers. We are offering them digital services like AI services. We offer them cybersecurity services. We offer them Fintech services. And right now we are offering them a digital health service. We have been working with them over the last year, finding out the way to work together. We realized that together we are going to have a stronger position. The potential that we are going to have to sell in Africa, Middle East and Asia, cybersecurity services, AI, fintech services, and digital health is amazing. It's amazing, you know. In 1 year, they're gonna realize that we, over all those years, we have a management in this company that set goals and perform and achieve it. And you know, in this process, we are migrating in a digital global corporation.
Good afternoon, good morning, I should say, and welcome to the podcast, Startup to Stock Exchange. I'm super excited to have two guests joining us today. Let me backtrack for a second. People ask me, I would say pretty often, they're like, Seth, you've been doing this 25 years. Why do you still go to so many conferences? Every time I look on LinkedIn, you're at another conference. I'm going to tell you why. The reason, well, first of all, I'm trying to hustle and get new business. But the other main reason is because I have an opportunity to meet clients that I've been working with for years, but I've never had a chance to meet in person. And it's so amazing when you've been on emails, hundreds of emails with companies or executives, and you've never had a chance to speak to them or meet with them. And then you see them at a conference, it's like meeting a long lost friend. So the two guests today, we've got Leandro, the CEO, Alvaro, the CFO of a company called IQSTEL, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. But more importantly is the ticker symbol. Jot it down for those of you who are keeping track, IQST. And guys, thanks for joining the podcast. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Seth. Thank you very much for this opportunity. You know, for us, the first part of this presentation is say thanks for the fantastic support that you have given us over the years for this talk. So the service is amazing. So thank you very much, and very kind to invite us here.
Thank you. Thank you. It's nice of you to say. And so what I thought for today, just I want to hear about your background, your journey, where you're from, how you got to where you are today. But for those of you who don't know the company, can you just give us a little bit of an introduction, a high-level overview of what is the company and what do you do?
Yeah, 100%. With me is my CFO, Alvaro Quintana. Alvaro, say hello to the audience.
Thank you, Seth. Thank you, everybody that is listening to us.
I feel like I'm the only one here today with the Brooklyn accent, but okay, go ahead.
Well, listen, we started this journey 18 years ago. We used to work in large telecom companies in Latin America. I used to work in a subsidiary of Verizon, and Alvaro used to work in a subsidiary of Telecom Italy. And we decided to, offering a service that was a very unique service for the telecom companies at that day, because the telecom companies at that day, they were struggling with having international presence to allow to communicate to around the world. So we figured out that the way that we can give a solution to them is offering like a one-stop shopping for international connectivity and allow to the telecom companies to focus on the end user. So it was very well received. We started, as a private company in 2008. We run the company for 10 years as a private, and in 2018 we jumped to OTC markets as a ping. Later then we got QB certification, QX certification, and a little bit more than a year we got listed in Nasdaq by direct listing. So that's the story. We started in this process, identify a needs of the telecom companies had at that time. This is still value needs that they still need. They need to focus on the end user, and we provide international connectivity around the world. We have presence in 30 countries nowadays, so that's basically where we are. And Alvaro, can you tell a little bit about our last 7 years being in Nasdaq and in OTC markets and
Yeah,
Nasdaq?
tell us, Alvaro, what's life as a publicly traded company like?
Well, it's been a challenge since the beginning. Um, Mostly because since day one we decided to be a full reporting company. We decided to adopt, all the governance and if, being completely open to the market with the financial information submitted every quarter with 10Qs, 10Ks, and everything. So, because since the beginning we were ambitioning to be in a national market, so like we are now in Nasdaq. So it's been
I think,
challenging.
and just to interrupt for a second, I think that that's a very important point that many people listening in the audience will appreciate, or that they should lock in on, is that, especially today with a lot of the new Nasdaq listing requirements, it's changing all the time. Nasdaq, New York Stock Exchange, and I think it's important, to your credit, to point out that you did it like slow and steady. You private company, OTC, next level OTC, uplisting to Nasdaq. It wasn't all like fun and games, and one day you just decided to go public. So you actually climbed the ladder to being a public company, which I think is important for people to hear, that you actually can do it, slow and steady. Um, and I feel like some of the material that I've read about the company, though, is you're positioning yourself as a telecom, but I feel it also has a mix of AI and cybersecurity. So how does that come into play?
Well, listen, talking about the ladder that you said, we spent like almost year and a half, 2 years, just to meet all the corporate governance that we need. Because, as I said, we got listed by direct listed, but by our own, meeting all the requirements to get listed. So over 18 years, we started like a telecom company. In 2018, we run a business for $13 million revenue. And, we are a roll-up company. We have been acquiring companies in this process. And right now, before, until yesterday, we were running a business for $400 million run rate revenue. So in this process, we realized that the real value of the company is not only, the telecom service that we provide, voice and SMS and international connectivity. If not, we have built amazing business relation with the large telecommunications companies around the world. And we identified that nowadays, as we have done in the past, to identify an opportunity, we identified that all of them are needing to focus on increase the average revenue per user, the ARPU. And in that sense, all of them are needing products and services to include on the portfolio to individuals and companies in order to increase the ARPU. What I'm saying is nowadays a mobile operator sells you mobile phones and other services, among other services. So we identified this, and the strong relation that we have built over the years, and nowadays we are becoming our company in a digital service provider. So we are going to our customers when we exchange millions of dollars in revenue and they trust on us. We are offering them digital services like AI services. We offer them cybersecurity services. We offer them Fintech services, and right now we are start offering them digital health services. So this is the reason why I have two
It's funny,
watches.
Leandro. You have all the hottest buzzwords in what you do. You have the AI, you have the fintech, you have everything. The only thing that you're missing is data centers. That's the other hot topic. If you have data
Well,
centers also, then you're good.
Let me tell you how we name the data centers. Internally, we name the telecom bricks
That's funny.
because it's solid as a brick,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah,
telecom services.
yeah, yeah.
So that's the reason why we are in this process. We just um, hired a very capable and professional guy for leading this initiative. It's a guy that Jorge Becerra is the CEO of Digital Services, and he's becoming the company in a powerful distribution channel for digital services. The beauty of the digital services is that it's high tech, high margin services. So we are in the process to increase our bottom line and increase the margin in the company. And this guy has an amazing background. Last year, he sold digital services to 100 million end users. And what is the potential that our company has is amazing because our customers has 2.3 billion end users. So every time that we put a product to them, they can pass through to their end user, and it's a potential reach of 2.3 billion users. So that's the real potential, the real reach of the company has.
How did you, I want to always ask this question because sometimes the CEO or the CFO are people that had an idea in their garage or in their basement and they tried to pursue their dream. It sounds like you both have created an 18-year overnight success story. But take us, right? That's what it is, and it's still going. But take us back to, each of you, can tell us on your own. Give us some of your background, like what was your experience prior to getting involved with the company? What led you here?
Alvaro, start you.
Sure. Well, I would say that combining our experiences in the telecom business and the international business, we have together more than 50 years of experience. Our background is more or less the same. We came from a telecom company. So Leandro used to work for a Verizon subsidiary in Venezuela, leading the international business unit. As I was doing the same for a Telecom Italia mobile entity in Venezuela also. So basically, we know each other from that time, more than 18 years ago, and we realized that there was an opportunity for people with our knowledge and our experience and contacts in the industry to develop something disruptive, and for the beneficial of the companies like the one we were working on. So then we decided to get together into this project, and that's where we started. So we have more than
Let me put it very, very simple, Seth, because it's very simple. Alvaro has all the experience and a couple of master's degrees in finance and corporate finance. I'm more like an engineer and a couple of masters in business administration. So I'm more focused in technical side and business, and Alvaro, is the person that is, behind the scenes makes that everything happen, controlling everything. Let me put something because it's really amazing. You know, in the event that we met, we were in a meeting and we explained that nowadays our company issue 40,000 invoices per year.
Wow.
So you can, because sometimes people doesn't understand, what is behind a revenue stream for $400 million. And behind that is 40,000 invoices that you need to invoice, you need to serve, you need to account, and you need to collect at the same time. So it is everything is thanks to the organization that Alvaro leads, to be completely honest. I'm more like a, salesman and, coordinating things, but Alvaro is orchestrating everything,
I
behind
think
the operation.
I'm always impressed when two partners or two managers they continue to complement each other in the same discussion. That shows that there's a good relationship, and that's usually a recipe for success. Um, I want to get your thoughts on the following. I was joking before that I have the Brooklyn accent, but I have tremendous respect for companies that have a world vision. So I was born, raised in New York, and I don't really have like real interaction. I mean, of course, we service companies that are publicly traded in China, that are listed in the US, but they're from Singapore, Malaysia, Israel, Australia, all over the world. But I don't really have to travel to those places in order to interact. From your standpoint, with the number of countries that you're working with, how do you break into those? Each one of those different countries has a different culture and different targets. Tell us a little bit, if somebody has a business that can expand worldwide, tell us how you look at that and how you accomplish that.
Well, the first part is I thought that you don't realize that I was born in Brooklyn. So, but but
You know what? You might have been. You might have been. I take that back. I'm sorry. You're 100% right. I misjudged.
no. But listen, I'm really fluent in Spanish, believe me, and I speak Portuguese too. So, but no. Um, Listen, having a worldwide operation, we have presence in 30 countries because today we announced that we entered in a binding MOU for acquiring a company that has presence in 8 countries in Africa. So we can talk a little bit more about this, but having a worldwide presence, 30 countries, our company, we have employees from LA to Sydney, 17 time zones. We are present in 30 countries, multi-religious, multicultural, and it's a challenge, of course. And of course, our base communication is in English. Of course, in a day-to-day, Alvaro and I speak in Spanish, of course. But, the first barrier that you are going to face is this. And let me tell you, when we decide to becoming in a global operation, I moved to Spain. So I moved to Spain 11 years ago. I have been a Spain citizen for 25 years. I moved to Spain 11 years ago because Spain has a very strategically location because it's in the middle time between Asia and America. So I can manage. We have a lot of operations in Europe, and we are gaining operations in Africa and Asia. And at the same time, I work in the time zone of America. So Spain is very important. But the first thing that you need to having a global operation is that you are going to sacrifice things, because, you cannot working in having a worldwide operation and, going to your home at 5 p.m. It's not possible to. It's not possible to do. So this is the first thing. The second thing, you have to be very wide open and very respectful about the cultures, about the religions, about everything, because it's important. And listen, you learn how the people teach you about things, about the cultures, about the cities, and when we say that we are in 30 countries, we try to have a very close relation with with our people, sorry, talking with them. What is your needs? How is your family? Explain me. Well, I need this day because it's a religious holiday. Okay, no problem. So you have to be respectful with the people, but at the same time, this is your strength, because your strength is that you understand how multicultural is the world. So that's basically, the base of this. I don't know, Alvaro, if you want to add anything
Yes,
at that point.
and we
You,
value
you,
our.
you were not born in Brooklyn
No, I
either,
was not.
right?
No, I was not.
Alvaro,
But
for me, a foreign country is New Jersey. So
no, and listen, we try to share our vision with all our employees and all the people that work in the company, and we value them for their knowledge, their skills, the effort they put on the day-to-day activities, and how committed they are with the organization. So I think that's the secret.
it's amazing in terms of the number of countries, like you're saying, the diversity. But I wanna drill down for 1 second on today's press release where you had mentioned, the Africa and additional revenue. And this is breaking news, ladies and gentlemen, because this press release just came out this morning. So this podcast has the hottest, latest breaking news. Let me read to you the press release. It's that IQST, you guys announced a binding MOU to acquire 51% interest in Ultranet. And what this is going to do, it's going to position the company above a $500 million revenue run rate. And this is a big number, increase your net income from operations by 4 times. Tell us a little bit about what type of transaction is this? How did it come to be? What does that mean going forward?
Listen, we have had um, a great luck about this because we found an amazing company with amazing partners, and we have been working with them over the last year, finding out the way to work together because they had the vision to, they have a strong presence in Africa in 8 countries, and they have the vision to how can they jump to Middle East and to Asia. So right now they are in Ghana, Nigeria, Mali, Burkina Faso, Senegal, and Ivory Coast, among others countries in Africa. So they are in the process to expand the business to Middle East and Asia, and they were looking for a partner. And we talk and listen, we realized that together we are going to have a stronger position, and that's the key here. They are keep leading the operation in Africa, and we are going to develop together and supporting them in this growth to that region. So this is a unique company. They are based on the 2025 financials. They produce $4.5 million net income and $130 million revenue stream, basically in telecommunications, and they have a very exclusive relationships in 6 countries in the region. So and they are really professional. The CEO is amazing, and the COO also amazing, and we since the beginning we fit perfectly, perfect match, and with the vision, ambition, and everything. And we share our vision to use the telecom business to migrate and start selling digital services among the region. So the strategic vision of this is, it's an amazing company, but the potential that we are going to have to sell in Africa, Middle East, and Asia, cybersecurity services, AI, fintech services, and digital health is amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing, and this region is needing, people that serving there with understanding the local culture. That is the beauty of this, this partnership. So we are really excited about the future that we are going to build together. And, was a very complicated transaction because including several countries and several implications. We are planning to close this. We already signed the binding MOU. We are planning to close the acquisition in the third quarter. But listen, we are growing very fast, and we are, we started this year saying that the company is going to enter in an expansion EBITDA year, and this is an example. We are increasing the bottom line, and this is something that is going to open huge doors with huge potential for the things that coming for the company.
I think that's so important what you're saying because from what I've seen we work with hundreds of thousands of shareholders, but shareholders, when you say to them like, what do you want out of a company, or what do you expect out of a public company, and it's not too much to ask for. They expect, from what I've been told, is that if a company says that they're going to do something, they expect them to do it. So by you saying that that's this type of year in terms of growth and EBITDA, and now you're actually able to act on it, is an amazing way to show the shareholder value. I think that you're actually executing on what you say that you're going to do. Let me ask you this: why, with the opportunity that you have going on?
Sorry for interrupting you,
Yeah.
Seth, because I think Alvaro needs to add
No, no.
something about all the acquisition process. No. I think it's important, Alvaro, because over those years and acquisition, Every single acquisition before we perform, we analyze all the metrics, the potential increase in the revenue, the potential increase in the stockholder equity. So I think it's important, Alvaro, to recap what we have done over the years, increasing those metrics and what we are expecting with those metrics with this acquisition.
Yes. Well, sometimes the market has not enough patience to wait for the companies to show what they are doing. But basically, we have been building this business platform, and during these 7 years, we have been acquiring companies. Those companies has been bring us a new business relationship, new market where we were not present before. But also we has been increasing the fundamentals of the company. We has been increasing the stockholders' equity year after year with all this acquisition. Is going to happen the same with this new one transaction that is now on the table. It is going to have a huge impact in the net income of the company. The gross margin of the company is more than double the figures that we have today on those regards. So people is going to be able to see the financials of this company and compare the numbers with what we have today, and they will realize easily how this is impacting our financials.
And
Um,
I'm sure Alvaro that like the amount of time and effort and analytics that go into preparing for an acquisition, probably, I'm guessing you can confirm, people don't understand, to get to this point, you probably turned down, like I was talking to an investment banker the other day, to get to one deal that they decide to do an IPO with, they turned down 99 or 999 others that didn't meet the criteria. So I'm sure,
well, let me
there's a
tell you,
lot of no's before you found this one.
we we have been working in this acquisition for over 12 months,
Wow. Wow.
doing a very detailed due diligence, meeting with the company, trying to find out how is their vision, how we can merge operations, so everything. And it's really strategic because let me give you a figure. We have a relationship with the biggest telecom companies in Europe. Telecom Italy, Telefonica of Spain, Orange from France, British Telecom, you name it. And 50% of the traffic that terminates in Africa is coming from Europe, is originated in Europe. So we are now able to offer that terminating capacity to our customers with direct interconnections in Africa. So the margins also are going to improve just for that reason. So, and as Leandro was mentioning before, this is an unserved region. Africa is the last place where most companies look at to offer new services and do business. And now we are going to do it with a local partner that is going to bridge the cultural differences. And they are hungry for cybersecurity services, fintech services, IR services, everything, which is part of our portfolio today.
Let me ask you this, as a company that's doing acquisitions and has been doing this for so long, why did you decide that going public was the right way for you rather than continuing to grow within as a private company?
Let me tell you why. Because we realize the potential that we have in our hands, and we start talking with commercial banks and regular banks and explaining them our business. It was hard for them to understand the business and how we generate revenue and how we generate cash flow and all the things. So we had a conversation with a person that was involved in the capital market, and they got the idea immediately. So we saw this is the kind of interlocutors that we need when talking about raising capital and finding more financial resources for the company. And that's why we decided to get into the public market.
Well,
Um,
That's
But
that's
let me tell you what happened
yeah.
when we went to the banks, and we said, at that time we were running a business for $10 million revenue year, and we said, listen, we want to build a corporation, a global corporation that runs a $1 billion revenue worldwide. they didn't trust us. They
can't
didn't
imagine.
trust they thought that it was impossible. So the only way that we have been able to do that is having the support of our shareholders and our investors. And listen, you know, but IQSTEL has around 15,000 shareholders that's supporting us over the years. So every single move that we do for the company, for looking forward, is we are trying to build a corporation in order to giving the best value possible for our shareholders and to be part of a corporation that is, you know, starting as a telecom company and is moving into a digital services that is something really valuable for them. That's the vision. You know, we have been growing thanks to them, and you know, we started because nobody believed in us. You know, 7 years ago as a private company.
Amazing, amazing. I always say that companies ask why should they go public. So I say that the answer is cave. It's that you could use it as currency, the stock for hiring good people. A is for acquisitions. Use the stock as to be able to grow. V is for valuation, because as a public company, you probably do better on the valuation side. And then E is, eventually to provide an exit or to provide an exit strategy. But listen, guys, I want to be
Said that, but let me tell you something
yeah,
that is a compliment for you. We also have had lucky surrounding of the right people, you know, in the market.
it's true.
And, you know, we are really appreciate the relation that we have built over the years with
Thank
your
you.
organization.
They say I'd rather be lucky than smart, right? So
Yeah, correct. No, but listen, it's
no,
true.
thank you.
It's true. You know how it goes, you
I,
know, in the market. So it's
no, you
completely
have
true,
a good
you
point.
know.
Thank you. Well, let me do this. As I want to be mindful of your time to wrap it up. I could ask this question to both of you, but assuming you come back, let's say in a year from now, a year and a half, and we have a follow up to this conversation, what accomplishments would make you the most proud, or what do you foresee? Obviously, with whatever you're able to talk to us about, what are some of the things we can look forward to over the next, let's say, year and a half?
Yeah, 100%. Listen, we are in this process of EBITDA expansion. So our bottom line of the company is going to increase by two avenues. The first one, of course, potential acquisitions, and the second one that is going to be huge is the digital services. Listen, uh, once is one product and service explode and reach our 2.3 billion end users, is going to be huge. And this is the things that our shareholders and your audience can see, you know, this EBIT expansion of the company. So the second part is that, you know, of course, we are heading to $1 billion revenue and that, but in that process that our bottom line is going to be increased, we truly believe that the market cap of the company is going to be perceived and is going to be adjusted at the current situation. And listen, in 1 year they're gonna realize that we, over all those years, we have a management in this company that set goals and perform it and achieve it. So in 1 year you're going to see that we have achieved all the things that we say that we are going to achieve. And you know, in this process we are migrating in a digital global corporation, and you know, that's basically
Amazing, amazing. If somebody wants to get more information about you, what's the website?
www.iqstel.com. And
Fantastic.
we have also a landing page, www.landingpage.iqstel.com.
Fantastic. And
And
for those of
listen,
you,
Seth, I promised you something.
yeah,
Next year, my English is gonna be better.
I'll work on my Spanish. You don't need to work on your English. For those of you keeping track, again, the company is trading on Nasdaq, IQST. I'm going to go think about what it means to process 40,000 invoices. Thank you guys for joining.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Seth.
Seth. Thank you very much. You have been very kind. Thank you.